With knife attacks more on the rise in the UK, it's more important these days to learn how to defend against a knife than ever. Simply learning 1,000 techniques against an attacker with a knife is no longer necessary. 4 or 5 simple techniques can disarm an attacker in any situation. It's more simple to understand how to disarm the knife attacker than it is to understand how the technique should be applied. Okay, walking towards the attacker, we bump accidentally. At this point I'm trying to talk myself out of the situation. I'm explaining, I'm sorry, I'm moving away. I'm aware of the potential distance between us. The attacker draws the knife. At this point, I'm looking at the knife. This range is no good, so I need to be able to move more away from the attacker. What I don't want my arm sticking out because he's going to be able to cut my limbs. So I want to keep my arms in. I'm still trying to talk myself out of the situation. So I'm not squaring up to the guy. I'm still trying to apologise. I'm still trying to find an avenue for escape. As he cuts at me, it's important that I don't try to stop these random slashes. If I can stop the attack, I'll stop it in its tracks here. But if these are fast slashes and I can't get adequately in to stop them, then it's more important that I just avoid being cut. Okay? When the thrust comes, I can move. I don't try to block his attack. Blocking his attack means that I won't be in full contact with the limb, and he could draw the weapon back and either cut me or go back in for another attack. Instead, I jam the attack and I hold on. Yes, he could hit me with his hand. Yes, he could hit me with his head. These are of secondary importance. What I'm worried about is the knife. That being said, once I've isolated the weapon and I'm controlling the limb, this now becomes of a secondary importance. What's more important now is to attack the man holding the weapon rather than trying to disarm the weapon with the man still fighting me. So, what I'm going to do, after jamming the attack, I'm going to attack the weakest point in this attack, in this limb. I'm going to attack the elbow joint. And I'm going to drop down and raise the knee just above the elbow joint to crack the arm. In reality, I may have to do this more than once, but at speed and with good force, this is going to release the weapon. So as I strike down, the weapon will be released. I don't want to reposition, because with adrenaline running, he'll still be able to attack me. So as soon as I've done this, I'm going to come straight through and reposition. I'm going to hit with my elbow, which is my closest body weapon, and the one that's going to do the most damage. So I'm driving that elbow into the attacker. Immediately, I'm going to attack into a point where I know I can incapacitate him. Punching him in the body or the chest may not have the desired effect, so I'm going to drive that web of the hand up into the throat, straight into the windpipe. If necessary, I go low and strike the groin. Then, I leave. I retreat and I seek aid. It's more important to leave. Don't stand looking at the attacker. Get out of the way fast. So again, the thrust comes. Avoid the wild attacks, defend the thrust. Jam the attack. Hold it in place. Don't worry about his limbs, don't worry about being struck with his hands. Break the attack down to remove the weapon. Immediately strike. This will cause confusion and pain and stop him trying to attack me again. If necessary, we apply more strikes to the throat and the groin. Always attack vital areas that are going to do the most damage. Once this is done, retreat and leave to seek aid. And this effectively is a simple defence and way of dealing with a knife attacker. Thank you.